Hey, everybody. Thanks, dear. I appreciate it. I really do. You have no idea. Okay, I need to go live over at TikTok, too. Okay. Let's do it. Well, I hope everybody is doing well. It's my birthday. So busy. So on it. Yeah. Happy birthday to all the Aries out there. Happy birthday. This is a very good day. Even though it officially came into Aries sometime yesterday. My son officially moved into Aries early. It's not always on the 21st. The year that I was born, it was on the 21st and it was 0 degrees. But it hasn't been like that for a long time. Hope everybody's doing good. There's so much happening. Okay. So we're going to do everything from the Cancer rising vantage point because that's my rising sign. But we can all look at this from any vantage point. It kind of. Hello, everybody in TikTok land. We're still waiting for the people to come in from YouTube. Yeah. Good day, good day, good day. Mm-hmm. Gotta see the people come. So one of the things that I've been doing for at least now 2, maybe 3, I'll even give it 4 years. I have been heavily, and I do mean heavily, researching abundance in the zodiac chart from a Cancer rising standpoint. Hello, everybody coming in, popping through. And it has been very telling, very telling. One of the things that I came up with at some point, I needed to remember, it might have been 2022 or even 2021, that I put a post up mentioning that it was extremely important that you know where your Saturn is and how it affects you in your life. But in truth, and that was a big one. That was a big one for me because I've got some things that when I was first 30 plus years at this point, 30 plus years researching this stuff. Yeah, leave that on. When I was first researching this stuff a very long time ago at the library, pulling out the books, getting out the charts, really studying, right? The placements in my chart they looked like they were the bane of my existence. Like they were horrible. And I didn't want that, right? But it's my chart. So not wanting it was not an option. So I kind of avoided it. Then I started getting into it over time, always knowing my rising sign because I always knew what time I was born. Because, fun fact, my brother and I are like 3 minutes apart in the time that we came into this planet, but 4.5 years apart in age. So I've always known Like, I just always thought that was interesting. He got here at 10:59. I got here 3 minutes later, but I was here earlier than him. It's a very interesting thing. So I was always aware of what that meant. And in order for that to be what it was, there was no way that I was going to be able to change my rising sign, my sun's not like nothing. And I didn't want to. I wanted to understand more about what it meant to be an Aries. Hello, fellow Aries. I hope everybody's having a happy birthday. Hope everybody's having a happy birthday. Hope everyone's having a good birthday today. For those whose birthday is today, we're in Aries season now. We are here. Okay? We are here and celebrating. Eventually, what I stumbled upon in all of my research is that your rising sign is extremely important because the ruling planet of that rising sign, of said rising sign, runs your life. You go on a journey, though, with your ruling planet with the moon. It doesn't matter if you are rising Cancer or not. Everybody has a moon sign and it moves. Okay. When the moon is moving through your sign, it does so every single month. It doesn't wait. It's not like the sun where it comes through once a year. It's not like any other planet for that part that comes through once a year. Okay. And then it begins to get longer. Saturn is about 2 years and some change. Jupiter is out there at about that long. And then everybody begins to get longer than that. Okay. You are going on a journey with your ruling planet, and your ruling planet could be one of those big planets, right? That's generational. But nonetheless, your moon takes you on this process where your emotions are pulled forward every single month through your moon sign, period. A lot of people like to look at it from the point of the phase of the moon phases, but I wouldn't do it from that standpoint. You do need to pay attention to the moon phases, but I would definitely look at it more so from a standpoint of, like, when something cataclysmic goes on in your life and it's drama filled, you need to look and see where the moon was that day. Historically, there are some things that have happened in you guys' lives that says that the moon potentially was transiting your natal placement for the moon. So, as I've let everybody know here, at both sides, I'm a Scorpio moon. And so I know to be very chill on Scorpio moon days. When it comes to my family, I know to be chill on their moon days. Okay? Because if anything's going to pop off between us, it's going to happen on those days. There is so much Cancer energy in my family that, and everybody's moon placement is different, period. But nonetheless, we have that process. But not everybody's a Cancer, right? Not everybody is a Cancer rising. But that process of understanding, okay, on this day, this is not the best stellar behavior here with so and so, and I need to change around how I act or what I allow to get to me or take me off my square on the days that the moon is transiting my moon. And I know that sounds like it's a jumbled mouthful to say, but ultimately, when the moon is in your moon sign, your emotions are being pulled. They're being pulled. That's why they call people lunatics. There's lunacy. There's so much within regards to the moon and human emotions because our emotions are moved by the waters in our body. Doesn't matter if we have no water placements. It happens because even without the water placement, what's going on is you naturally have that energy flowing through you. It's not something that you're working on this time. It is a natural part of you. Okay. So much research has been going on I've done so much because what I wanted to do was find out how we tapping into this money when it comes to our moon. I have done many of the moon phases, the new moon, the full moon, the in-betweens, and I think that those are some beautiful processes, but I tend to notice that they really work for people who were born on full moons. People born on full moons can whip those phases like nobody's business. But it does actually depend. It's just my lack of experience in understanding other people who were born at a quarter phase of a waxing moon, right? Versus a waning moon. But I have seen a lot of new moon people and full moon people be able to swing those phases like nobody's business. And fun fact, they were not Cancer risings. Happy birthday to all the Aries. Happy birthday. Here's Stevie Wonder in your ear right now. That's our birthday motto, okay? Yes. I hope everybody's doing well. So I decided I wanted to be able to offer people something um, that I really put my heart into, that I studied, that I really have been able to track and see that it actually works, which is this book, this digital booklet that I have at the link in my bio. It's $44. It's called The Moon Moved Me. Now, I put that together because I began to literally track the moon and do some work with it and see some results. The work worked with herbs that had to do with my specific moon sign, my rising sign, and also my Venus sign because it's exalted. I don't think it would work like that for everyone because if you have Venus that's in fall or in detriment, you may not want to work with her herbs. But if you have a Mars that's in exaltation or does good in other houses, you may want to work with those herbs, right? What I found in that consistently doing that is that I was able to crack a code and watch things come in because I was freeing my thinking, my mind. I was freeing my thinking and my mind. And in doing so, it allowed for the placements of Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius to really come forward just in the creativity, because with that Scorpio moon as a Cancer rising, it's that fifth house placement. You're looking at creativity. Now things are beginning to flow. You're beginning to move the engine. What I have recently found out is that in doing the actual tracking work that is in this digital booklet, is that you have to do the work of each house in your zodiac chart, layered with what the actual house means. And as you do that, your life begins to pick up and get better and you get more answers. And I wish it would look like dun 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 dun, right? I wish it would look like, this cataclysmic clap went off through the universe and you got an answer that made some sense to you. And at times that will happen, but a lot of times it's going to be very seamless. It's going to be very like a pensive moment between you and you. You're going to see some blurb go across the television. You're going to hear somebody say something that you read in a book somewhere a few days ago pertains nothing to, they're not saying it pertaining to anything that you read in this book, but it is a reminder. It's a ding. And you begin to understand the collective is really at work. It's really at play here. Okay. And so in doing that, I'm telling you, I began to understand that the beautiful energy of being able to think our ways into different patterns and things like that, especially when it comes to creativity, creates your world. Of course, we know we create our world, but sometimes that's just too esoteric for people to get down with. They're just like, whatever, okay, yeah, I create my world. Whatever. Do I create it after 5 o'clock? Do I create it when I'm waking up in the morning? Right? Nobody cares, right? They really are just like, how do I get to this money? And a lot of the times, what's happening is you're being given a lot of information to manifest things, to make things happen. Your thinking senses, and I don't even think a lot of people know this, but you're not really going to get anything from the people that are selling you a thing. Okay. The reason being, you really may not have inner soul connected to anything that they're selling. You may really like them and want to follow them to the ends of the earth, love what they're talking about, and they could be talking about shoe shine wax all the way up to fried shrimp. I'm just saying to you that they could activate that in you, but it doesn't mean that it's actually helping you get anywhere. And when you begin to notice that, now you're going to want to crack the code, or you're going to go sit down, or you're going to go do, look for a job, or look to move forward in getting a promotion at your job. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not a person that likes to poo-poo all over the 9 to 5. As a matter of fact, I think it's awesome if it is where you get to be. I remember working with someone who said, I love having a job because I don't have to worry and stress about whether or not anything is coming in. I get my paycheck and I go home. That was her point of view. And I understood it full blown, because she watched her husband always stressing over money. To bringing it in, but he was stressing over it. You see, she enjoyed the regular paycheck every Friday or once a month or whatever it was at her job at that time. But nonetheless, if you have an eating thing at you that says, I want to do this, I want to do more of this, I want to do that, I want to make this, I want to put myself out there in this way, and you feel like, like you see astrologers, you see your friends over the years talk about astrology, saying, oh, I'm a Libra, or oh, I'm a Scorpio, or oh, whatever. And it may be playing into something going on with you. Time to do that research, right? It depends. Everybody may feel different. I feel it was time to do the research. And the research has given, and it's given, and it's given. The main thing is to understand that you are literally your pride and your joy. But you have to see it, and you need to understand how special you are and how that plays out. And it's literally sitting in your charts. And your charts tell a story with the moon moving through the sky every 2 to 3 days through different zodiac signs. So every single month, your moon sign and your sun sign is touched by the moon. Period. Period. And it brings into account, it brings together everything you've been working on for years. It is not this idea, it's not an ephemeral process. It'll bring a memory back from something that you completed. It'll bring back an experience. And it does this as it is moving through the heavens, through the zodiac, through the chart that is your natal chart, my natal chart, whoever's natal chart. You see what I'm saying? This is what it does. And so to not avail yourself to the information or this process in the moon moves me, it's kind of like help yourself out here. Get to know what the moon is doing as it's in every place. Like right now, Centaurus, the nap I had today, my partner came in, he said, you sound like you drunk. I've had this experience already, right? Earlier this week being tired, right? But today really was zonked, okay? And the main thing I can tell you is that taking your time to understand where the moon is in relation to yourself and how it is affecting you, because it's affecting you, it affects all of us. Period. It affects all of us. And then applying that to opportunities that you would like to come your way, helping them come that way, making sure that you are in the best place at the best time and prepared. This is a good thing here, people. This is good stuff. Okay? Again, the Move movie is at the link in my bio. It is $44, and you can check it out. Hope everybody's having a very good Saturday. I am not shy, but I am very. This whole live interface to me is just so interesting. It's one of the main reasons I don't do it that often, unless I'm super excited. And I do it much more over at YouTube than I do at TikTok. Like TikTok, you can get a video out, and I will get more response to that video, right? Because people have seen that. But when I'm live, I can come here, and it will be sometimes crickets. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna build that, people. We're gonna build that. For now, please enjoy your Aries birthdays. For those born on 3/21, happy birthday to us. And the rest of the season, enjoy yourself. And also, happy astrological new year. I am going to say peace. Bye, everybody. Okay, I know how to do this. I promise you. Yeah. Bye, YouTube land. And then.